Hello, welcome to another commentary. Today we are doing Sayonara Zetsubou Sensei.
That shot there, we talked about this a bit in the Kodomo and Tokyo Godfathers review, and we'll talk about it in detail in F-Zero, because that's where you can really see it. But this wasn't actually in Dave's house. It was my room downstairs, in my house.
Dave's parents' old house.
Because, your room was not at all easy to film in or photogenic.
No, because...
And the rest of my house, and the rest of my house was kind of shitty to film in.
Yeah.
It was just basically your rec room and my bedroom that were both good. So you kind of, piece them together.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, and, the idea...
I'm wearing a Ren and Stimpy shirt right now.
But kind of the idea is, we would, in the first season anyway, we would film... Oh, fuck, we gotta talk about this at some point.
Oh, God, the weeaboo thing, yeah.
But in the first season, we would film anime that was dubbed in the rec room, anime that was subbed in the bedroom.
In the bedroom, yeah.
That was kind of the dichotomy.
Yeah.
And, I think this was the first... we had filmed Kodomo and this... I don't think it was on the same day, but I think it was the same weekend. And it was our first time filming down there, and we didn't know how much light we needed for the camera.
Yeah.
So...
This was a really awkward episode to film.
And the camera lady was like, I just fucking keep lights. None of us knew what the fuck was going on. She's like, yeah, just keep the lights off. And, it turned out really dark, and it's like, oh, that didn't work out at all.
Yeah. This one's kind of iffy. Which is it's kind of too bad, too, because...
It's a good show.
It's a good show. It's
I think
funny.
in the review you say it's a good show, too.
Yeah. Oh, no, it is definitely said that there's definitely a general positive spin. The thing is the techniques we use, the little asides and whatever we use. I like the weeaboo thing and basically saying there's just it's essentially
it drops from the sky and then you have to attack
and I gotta
that was
come out, and this one weird trope where everything about the weeaboo culture would just saturate Western culture until everything was just the world was weeaboo.
I think where that came from is it was our first real attempt at doing something that was first season nostalgia critic-ish, because he had and still sort of does, but had a lot of interacting with bad pasted on special effects.
Yeah.
And we did it this once. We were like, nah.
No. I remember watching it for the first time afterwards and just going, it just...
Yeah, it didn't work.
I don't know. It's just the concept itself, coupled with just the way I don't feel like I really responded too well to it. It wasn't very good. It wasn't very good acting, so to speak, on my part. I know that's for sure. But same time, you learn. And there's a lot you can say about this show. A hell of a lot that North American shows they don't really touch upon as well. They
don't do shit like this at all. They
don't talk about.
They don't do surrealist shit, or really
except for there there's one notable exception that comes off the top of my head, which would be Twin Peaks.
Yeah, but it's not like this. It's not let's cut away for 20 minutes talking about some random thing in a void. This is very much its own style.
It still has a very randomized kind of feel. Twin Peaks has that kind of they'll go and they'll segue into some completely irrelevant conversation. That show. In this show, there's a lot of non sequiturs. Really, they just go into something you can't even fathom, and then somehow they try to bring it back around and connect to the main theme of the episode.
Yeah.
Or in Twin Peaks' case, it's a huge overarching plot.
Yeah, but I think this has a unique style because it has all these patterned backgrounds, and it has all these random images, and it's they vanish from the classroom and they just start appearing in this this strange otherworldly void where they're just describing things and they appear. It's
it's honest. It strikes me as a irreverent pop-up book.
Yeah, kind of in anime form.
Yeah,
and I don't think you see a TV over here do that at all.
No. It seems theater. it's very it doesn't seem like it's very much like pop up or like
it could be like
kabuki theater.
Yeah, well, I think that's part of the point. You know?
Yeah, it is definitely something like a kabuki theater sort of thing. So I mean, if there is anything over here other than the Twin Peaks, then we could say it's a theatrical production.
Yeah, it is very theater in the way it looks. Like shit like this, like why are they outside? So they were in the class last time we saw them, and now they're just walking around outside, just doing these ways. Like, I mean, I get the metaphor they're doing, but like in terms of the story flow, it doesn't make any sense. But it also doesn't have to, because they're talking about ideas. They're not talking about like a plot.
No, it's all metaphors. It's just it's a cloud of metaphors. The only I was just reminded of another Western production. My friend Steve came in to visit us last year. Yeah, it was about a year ago. Because I just found out. Well, he's a dad now, but I just found out that at that point that he was going to be a dad.
Yeah.
And he was like, he's super excited, and he's like, we should hang out, and we can sit there and whatever. And we started watching Netflix, and there's this one thing that was on because everyone cares to remember last year another one of those fucking Dan Brown books came. I own it.
Thanks.
I own all the Robert Langdon novels. I'm a sucker like most people. I also like James Patterson stuff. So it's like literally Tic Tacs. You just can't stop. Anyways, it's Inferno. Dante's Inferno was a big thing.
Yeah. And
there was a movie I was on Netflix that was Dante's Inferno, only instead of it being like a hand drawn or live action or whatever. Excuse me. It was all with puppets, like paper puppets.
Mm-hmm.
And the randomness of it, like there is a set path to Dante's his adventures with Virgil going through the levels of hell.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so many different aspects of humanity, those so many different metaphors, and I think there was actually stuff like that, like the different streets with different aspects of morality and went on there. So that really, like all this sort of stuff, it really does kind of bring me back to that. So I keep amending this now. There are at least a couple Western productions that do have that kind of.
Sure, but they didn't get the acclaim that this show did. This was a big show.
No, because
that's fucking Guy's face.
Yeah, that's the creator. Because Twin Peaks did. Twin Peaks
wasn't like this though.
Well, it's more of a cult thing now.
Yeah.
Or actually, it was then, and it's still a cult thing. It did get acclaim, but it is more of a smaller following. And that movie, I have no idea. Like I haven't even. I kind of want to watch it again. I think. I don't know. I don't know if you wouldn't mind watching it, but I wouldn't mind watching it again. But anyways, yeah. Ooh, boobies.
Yep. She's like 16.
This girl's messed.
What's with the fucking underwear with the eyes?
I don't know. There's so much in it. It's just.
Well, I mean, this is not only fan service, but it's parody of fan service. That's the point. This was like the episode.
True.
This was the episode where they're like, "Yeah, let's make fun of fucking weeaboos."
Hey, Dad, would you say it's a deconstruction?
Yeah, maybe. Rongo.
It's funny. Most people, when you think of Dead or Alive beach volleyball, and you just think, giant jiggling tits, and then we're just like completely just looking at the gameplay aspect, like, we go down this slide and we can die, and it's such a hard game. It's like we don't even see the tits anymore. We just see it's like looking at the fucking Matrix. It's just seeing all the code and whatnot. Yeah, it's like a string together all this stuff about moral details.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's like Zetsubo himself is like a amalgamation of the Brothers Grimm.
You think so?
It could be. It's like those stories, those were dark.
Somebody on the comments to this review asked you why you had a Brazil flag in your room in the background.
Well, it's actually yours.
Well, no. It wasn't.
Was it?
I do own some flags. Half of the flags that we set up in that room I owned already, so they were already set up.
Mm-hmm.
The other half came from Kimberly because she had like a flag collection as well.
You know, I never asked why. Why? Yeah, why Brazilian flag?
You just saw like the flags in the room and you're like, oh,
yeah,
just there.
Well, yeah, because I mean, I don't know.
The ones that I had, I just had because I like those flags. The ones that she had were because those were like the countries she had visited in the past. She got like a flag for each country, and Brazil was one of hers, not one of mine. I like to go to Brazil.
I would love to go to Brazil.
It's full of like just warm sun and like amazing brown
women. Yeah.
Yes.
Like, that's kind of funny because I didn't think you'd be like the kind of guy that would be into like Brazilian women because they're tits and ass. Like,
yeah, but they're still thin. Like okay, when you say tits and ass in Canada, you're talking about women who are just fucking fat. When you say tits and ass for Brazil, they're hot.
yeah, pretty much.
Like I see you bring home girls and you're like, oh, well, she's got a nice butt. I'm like, she got nothing, everything else.
Thanks, Dev. Except that you don't live here, right? How can you know something like that if you're not here?
Well, I see the pictures. Yeah, here's like the scene that was like,
yeah, I just don't.
Or like you have to like grab the mushroom and like you throw it at it, and like the editing wasn't very good, and your acting wasn't very good.
Yeah,
and the actual image that had been produced for the part wasn't very good. None of it worked.
It all looked cheap. It looked cheap.
None of it worked out in the end.
No. We did. Oh my god, we totally quoted the show over like. Oh my god. Whenever Dev and I, like, after this, whenever we get in this situation where we just get pissed off about something or just any even the slight inconvenience, we're like, I am in despair.
We haven't done that for like a year now, though. It's kind of fallen out.
Oh yeah,
but for a while that was like a big thing.
Yeah, because we just watched it.
Yeah.
I mean, we watched this. Watched the first. Didn't we watch the first season one summer and then the second season another summer?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that makes sense, right? Because it's spread over a longer period of time.
Yeah, this part was fucking confusing. All like 3 sets of subtitles all going at the same time because.
Yeah.
Because they're
saying.
And there's like that giant block of text.
There's different levels of this explanation. I mean, you can definitely tell it they're. Oh, here we go.
And to be truthful, you didn't do this one very well either. Yours, like this part, you did okay. But like when you're moving your head, you don't look like him at all. You're just like straight faced. We sort of just like dropped the ball on this review. I think the review was well written.
Yeah.
And it was a good show worthy of reviewing, but we just didn't put it together.
His name is derived from not being sure fat. His status is otaku up for debate. Well, actually, yeah. I can trounce that one right now. I'm not an otaku.
Yeah, the one for Karen later said she actually had a large question mark on her face. Mm-hmm. That was actually a picture of her.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not in there.
No, because I mean, I was involved in the first season, but like I was background. I was.
Oh yeah, you were.
I was.
God, what was your
title?
Yeah,
I was security guard.
No. You had a code name too.
I had a code name that was Scheherazade.
Scheherazade, that's right.
I do like.
What? I have to agree that
I
the
do
internet
like that
has left me in despair.
Yeah, I like that scene, and I like that it was included in the end.
Full review on Reviewtopia.
Full video on Reviewtopia. Don't scroll down while we're doing commentaries. Anyway, that's about it.
Yep.
We'll see you guys later.
All right. Bye. Thanks for watching.